from the All Indiana Podcast Network. This is Wish TV's Behind the Eight.
What's on the program for this fine day?
McKinzie Roth takes you behind the scenes at News 8.
Sounds like a great program.
It is amazing.
Now, here's Wish TV's entertainment insider, McKinzie Roth.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Behind the Eight. What's going on? I am your host, McKinzie Roth, entertainment insider here at Wish TV, and I have a very special guest joining me, and this is her first experience in a fine studio like this one, the All Indiana Podcast Network studio. It's Lindsay Dailey. Woo! She is an incredible, she is the producer of All Indiana, which is a brand spanking new show, we would say, because it's been under a year, so we're going to divulge all of the behind the scenes craziness and what's happened. But first, Lynn, so tell us a little bit about your role and like what you do on the daily.
Yeah, so I'm the producer, and if you're not really sure what a producer is as far as the television news business, we're kind of, we're behind the scenes. We are the ones that put the shows together. We find the content for the shows, kind of decide what order those stories are going to go in the show.
What makes the show, what hits the floor.
And this show's totally different than what I had been used to doing. I mean, I've been in the news business 10 years, I think now.
So did you do hard news before
I
this?
did,
Okay.
yeah. I started, my first job, I did the 11 p.m. newscast. I've done weekend evenings. I've done a midday.
Is this your favorite?
It is. Yes. I told people when I got hired for this show, I said, I feel like I've been working to get to this. It's just, and especially, I was a new mom when I started this show.
Oh my goch.
So
Carter, her little boy, is so stinking cute. We're getting to him.
Yeah, we'll get into him. But I was a new mom when I started the show, so it was just such a nice change of pace from, the gloom and doom, we always say, to this light, refreshing, fun show. It was so great.
I love
Perfect
to hear
timing.
that. Yeah, absolutely. And it's hard for me too as the entertainment insider, because a lot of times people are like, who cares? Because it's like, I understand we're in a pandemic. I understand things are happening globally. There's lots of passion and hard news things we have to get to. But also people, I want to understand, they want some light. They're sick of the monotony of every single day hearing the same exact stories, the same exact things. And some people turn off the news, which obviously we don't want them to do. Right. So that's what we try to offer: some positivity, some inspiration, some escapism.
Just fun.
Yes.
Just have a little fun for an hour.
Absolutely. And that's not taken away from any of those other things.
Right.
But so girl,
equally important.
One of my favorite people, artists that I've ever interviewed is Fergie. Fergie, just because I got starstruck by her because I grew up like Black Eyed Peas. I love her. She was so cool. She was so nice. But it was an interesting interview to me because she struggles with mom guilt. She has an adorable little son, and she was just saying, I just feel so bad because when I'm working, I want to be home, and when I'm home, I'm like, I want to be doing stuff. So just like the rest of us, regular peeps. So how do you juggle everything? Being, because how old is Carter?
He's 14 months.
Okay, so
he turned 1 in April.
Oh, and he's so darling. But you have a very demanding job. So how do you handle juggling it all?
Well, I think one thing I'm really blessed, and part of it is the show, is for working in this news business, I have a really good schedule now. Yes. Because in this business, news is 24 hours. And if you work the morning show, you work, an overnight shift. And even some of our other shows, it's just kind of a staggered shift throughout the day. So I'm really lucky. I have like a 9-to-5 job, which you don't get too often in this business. So that's something that really helps too, just as far as daycare and, figuring all those little things out. But I think it's just having a good partner too. My husband, Richard, he's amazing. We have a good, system and routine that we have every day, our morning routine, getting him up and getting him going. And we find a really great daycare for him. And he's happy there and has fun with all the little kids. So that helps too, take a little bit away the mom guilt. He's doing good there. He's learning, he's thriving. So,
he's happy somewhere away from you.
And then just having that quality time in the evening when you get home, don't feel like, I have to do this and this and this. Just take those moments to just sit down and play with him or read a book. He loves books right now. So I think just finding those moments. It is hard though. You constantly throughout the day, our daycare has a little app, and they tell you what he's doing through the day, and they send you little pictures. And sometimes you're like, I want to be with him, but he's having fun with other kids. So I feel like it's just you just have to look at it in different ways, and know that he's doing great and he gets it, and it's good for him, and what I'm doing is good too.
What can 160 years of experience teach you about the future? A lot, especially when it comes to protecting what matters. At Pacific Life, we've helped people and businesses confidently embrace the future with life insurance, retirement income, and employee benefits. With strategies built on strength and trust, and a promise to be here for you today and tomorrow. Ask a financial professional how Pacific Life can help you today. Pacific Life Insurance Company, Omaha, Nebraska, and in New York. Pacific Life and Annuity, Phoenix, Arizona.
You are doing fantastic. Now, I don't know from your viewpoint, because I'm out in front of the camera. Yeah. Lindsay's like ruling the control room. What mayhem ensues back there? Like how, a typical week, like 5 days, how many of the days are smooth sailing?
Oh,
you can be totally honest.
I would say at least 4 of the days are usually pretty okay. Everything's
I'm mind blown emoji right now. I would say I thought you were going to be like, I have a good solid 2 peaceful days.
No, for the most part, they're good. And I will say also that changed with All Indiana because I feel like we're a smaller group, so there's less juggling of all the pieces. There were days when I would do other newscasts when you have like several reporters live and, all those things you have to juggle, and sometimes technology doesn't work. So there's been, in my career, there have been some very stressful days. But one thing I've learned, like as a producer, and something you kind of just have to adapt to, is you have to make really quick decisions. If you're live on TV and you're about to toss to a reporter and they lose their live signal, okay, now you have 15 seconds to figure out, okay, this is what we're going to do instead, and you have to tell everyone so they all know. So you kind of just make quick decisions and just figure things out and keep going with the show.
Do you carry that over into your everyday life? Because I got to say, I love decisive people. I am not a big fan of people like, well, I don't know, and they just like teeter-totter, just like make a decision. So I love that about you.
I would like to say that I do. My husband would probably disagree. I'm kind of one of those people. I always joke that I get it from my grandma. I like to think things outside of work. Here I have to make those quick decisions.
Sure.
But in my personal life, I kind of like to take my time and, really think out that process before making big decisions, I guess I should say. Little things, sure, that's no big deal.
Has anyone ever had a complete meltdown, like in the control room? Or have you had a panic situation with All Indiana or a different show?
No, not that I can recall off the top of my head.
Is technology like kind of your biggest struggle, or like when it dies? Because there's really no controlling it.
Yeah, that's true. If it goes, what are you going to do?
Or is your talent ever just totally blanked and you're like, talk, speak, say something.
In situations maybe there's like a communication issue, or confusion about something. I can't recall any moment when it was just like, a total meltdown or anything like that, which I guess is very fortunate for me. But
that's very fortunate. Now, if you weren't a producer extraordinaire, what would you be doing? What else are you into?
I have always kind of thought in the back of my head, I wish I would have been an elementary school teacher.
Oh my gosh, Lindsay would be perfect. She's so sweet and so patient.
Oh, I don't know. But then I mean, they are amazing and they are heroes. And I mean, my son's not quite into that age yet, obviously, but sometimes I'm like, how do they do it? Especially with everything that's going on recently, I don't know how they do it. So sometimes I'm like, I don't know if maybe I would be under all that, if I could actually handle all that. But I don't know. I just love kids. I love little kids. So I always thought that would kind of be fun.
Do you guys want to have more kiddos?
I hope so. At least one, just a little playmate for Carter.
Oh my gosh, he's so cute. How do you handle like negativity? Because I love about you, Lindsay's a very positive person, and I try as well to be a very positive person.
Definitely.
But there are days when we get beat down.
Yes. I think I'm one of those people that I kind of hold it inside a little bit, which is probably not good. But
actually you recognizing that you do that, that's like leaps and bounds in front of not recognizing it.
Especially stress, I think. I kind of like hold it inside a little bit, maybe more than I should. Or hold it until I get home that night, and then my husband gets to hear all about it.
And then Lindsay unleashes. No.
I don't know. I think, again, All Indiana, I think this show has helped me a little bit too. Because there has been several days, and I am not just saying this because I'm the producer of this show. There has been several days just, working on the show. It's, been a long day and getting everything done, and you feel stressful. And then I go back into the control room and we do the show. And I just it's like I take a breath and I relax, and it's just fun, and it makes me laugh, and it kind of, I don't know, it's good.
That's where you're meant to be then.
That's why I love this show.
Okay, well, Lindsay, I have to, speaking of stress and having a day.
Yeah.
So I had a day yesterday. I was just like, a day, just a lot.
And I never would have known.
Oh,
I honestly had no idea.
And the capper of my day.
Oh, okay.
So I this is what's happening.
Okay.
I'm running around.
Yes.
I go all day, and then I have to go pick up my little girl because I'm a single mom running around. I had to stop at the drugstore, and then I was planning. And then my air conditioning went out, so I was trying to meet the guy. So it was crazy. And then I'm driving after I run out of the drugstore, and I'm like, oh my gosh, someone wrote me a note on my car.
Okay.
And Lindsay, read what this mean note says. And by the way, this is like a Starbucks napkin.
Yes. I had no idea this was a note sitting here the whole time.
And then it was someone stuck this note on my car. Go ahead, read it.
Read it out loud?
Read it out loud. Totally.
Okay, I have not seen
this is what
yet.
we do behind the 8. This is real and raw.
Oh, okay. You not only look like a dumb blonde, you park like one.
I kid you not. I swear. I literally had the worst day. I'm running around stressed to pick up my little girl. I have to run an errand. My air conditioning's out. I'm trying to meet the guy.
Oh.
Okay, I don't really know if I parked. Maybe I did not park perfectly. I'm sorry.
What?
But the fact someone
What does that
took
even mean?
the time to look
Yes.
at me and then take a napkin and then with a pin insult me basically off looks, and then maybe I did. I don't honestly though. I didn't park that badly because I know when I do a bad park
yeah.
job. But this is, I want to just like call, I don't know, who cares about this person, but it's like, stop being mean to
Yes.
people. Like a lot of kindness goes a long way.
Yes.
You don't know what someone has gone through.
Oh, yep. I
was just having a day, but I was rushed and like trying to get home to my little girl. So like the fact that someone did this, boo.
That is one of my pet peeves. Yes, when people go out of their way to bring someone down like this. Like, so many of us, fine, if you think it, whatever. But to write this on a napkin, no, that's not okay. Yes.
And the funniest part of this is that I was like, oh my gosh, someone wrote me a note.
Yes, and you're hoping
I thought
it's
it might have been. Well, my first thought was like, oh no, I hope someone didn't like whack my car from behind when I was in. Like, here's my insurance information. But I was like, how cruel and mean.
And you're hoping maybe it's something nice.
Yeah, I was like, oh my gosh, maybe it's like, I don't know, some handsome man's number that's like, hey girl, hey. No, it's like, so yeah. Anyway, I just wanted to bring that up and just say,
terrible.
Let's just sprinkle a little kindness in someone else's life today. Like today, and it wasn't a big thing. I did the whole pay from someone behind me because I'm putting that like juju, that karma into the universe. It's like, let's stop being like such trolls to people and let's be kind. And there are so many good people in the world. It's just, there's so many Karens in the world that we... That's like a new term from the Urban Dictionary. You all know like a Karen. So.
Yeah, the thing you said about you never know what someone's going through. I mean, just think of your own life. Maybe it's not something big and terrible, dealing with a severe illness or hospital.
Like what if someone just got a diagnosis and you put this on their car or something?
Yes.
Like how dare you?
Everyone has something
Yes.
that they're going through. Maybe not that particular day, but 4 times out of 7 of the week, someone is dealing with something. And when stuff like this happens, you just never know.
I just think what kills me is just the time someone took to do this.
Yep.
And that also gets me like when people take the time to like call or email and complain about like the socks like someone's wearing here or so. It's like, really?
Yes.
Really? So why don't we all just like take a moment and like try not to do that anymore?
Or maybe leave positive notes.
Yes. Exactly.
If you're feeling happy, leave someone a positive note. And then again, if they're having a day, that could brighten their day when they need it.
And
rather than bring them down.
Oh my God. I mean, it made me laugh, but I was like, that's so mean. Okay. So we're going to get to questions of the day.
Okay.
Linz, for your first podcast experience.
Yes.
How is your first time?
Oh, it's so fun. You're so fun anyways. I love you. So this is just like, we're just sitting here having a girl talk.
This is really fun because for those of you who don't know, my background is in radio, hosted many radio shows, morning shows. I talk for 5 hours at a time in different markets. So this is like home for me and I absolutely love it.
Yeah.
So I like to get raw and real. It's fun. Okay. So questions of the day. And this is pretty just light and fun. What is the coolest thing you've done all week, Linz? Like it is the end of the week. So looking back, have you done anything cool?
Oh my goodness.
Or if you had to pick like, I like the Kardashians because they always do the peak in the pit of your week. So they pick like the best thing and the worst thing, which I thought was really cute from their late father.
Oh my goodness. Put me on the spot.
If you want to think about it, I'll tell you mine because I know mine off the top of the head. John Tesh. I got to interview John Tesh. And I know people are like, huh? And a lot of people don't even know who he is. But from a little girl, he was on Entertainment Tonight, the OG Entertainment Tonight with Mary Hart. And obviously being the entertainment insider, I mean, hashtag goals, that's like really a big deal for me. So to get to talk to him, and he had that vibrance
so cool.
and that energy about him. And he's 68. He looks fantastic. I ran over to Lindsay's desk after we did the Zoom. I was like, isn't he cool?
Yeah, I said he hasn't changed at all.
He hasn't. He's still a pianist, and he like composes, and he's killing it. He's been married 30 years to his beautiful wife, Connie. So wishtv.com, you can check out that interview. We're going to have it on our show as well.
Yeah.
You can't miss that. But so I think that was really the coolest thing. He told me some funny stories. Like, Mary Hart, they insured her legs, which was, remember back in the day, like such a big deal. And then he said he had to go to a body language expert because the audience, they loved Mary, but they thought he hated her. And that's like a big thing, chemistry. I feel like, and it's true, it's everything. Like, so especially with on-air talent, do you find that too?
Yes.
It's like if you have it or you don't. I feel like our audience can see through if someone's fake.
If they're trying
and they're
really
like,
hard,
and then when the camera goes off or go into commercials, they're like, don't speak to each other, and they're like on their phones, So I think it's really important to have that. But he said he had to go and change his body chemistry. He did not like her. He said he was just giving off, like turning his shoulder to her or something, and people were reading it and getting upset, reading it as he doesn't like her and she's America's sweetheart. So that was interesting.
I still can't think of anything.
Okay, Lindsay hasn't had anything amazing happening this week.
I go to work, go home, feed my baby.
Oh, that's cool.
Get him to bed.
What else has happened cool this week? We had Nathan Lane. We had a really cool interview. So that's Penny Dreadful. It's a cool show. City of Angels on Showtime. So we got to speak with him, and he was fabulous. It was so cute. I really enjoyed that. So, gosh, Lindsay, we got to do something amazing today because
we have like one day left.
We got to make this incredible. Okay. This is a good one. The next question. Okay. What is the most annoying part of your job?
Oh, let's see.
You can be honest.
I don't know if annoying is the right word, but in this business, you have a very strict deadline every single day that you have to meet. So it's not like, something, I didn't get this done, I'll do it tomorrow. You have to get everything done today. I have to get everything done by 4:00. So that might be like the hardest part is just that, but it helps you manage your time really well. You kind of get in a routine with that, but that's probably, I don't know if it's annoying, but it's the most challenging.
Pressure. I think you have that okay, I have 15 minutes to do this, and like one of my big goals in life is to find ultimate work-life balance, and I'm trying to slow down. Though I love doing your moment with Carter when you like go home and put away your phone and you're present with him. I try to do that with my daughter Lucy because I'm always like like my list of things. I'm like, okay, do this, check, like everybody is, but I'm really trying to just like slow down.
Yeah.
So after the show, we can slow down. Other than that, we're like trying to get scripts in and everything.
That's just something I learned in general with having a baby. Before I always liked my house clean and tidy and everything, and everything put away. And then now it's like, all right, I'll get to the laundry this weekend. There's more important things right now. I just need to realize that.
I love that. That is awesome. Applause for that. I love that. And here we'll do one more question. Okay. This question says, give me advice. I would love to get into the business. So this is great from a producer standpoint, Linz. What advice would you have for someone?
Just go for it. I mean, back when I got out of college, I was nervous. Am I going to get a job? And I got an offer and I just fell in love with it. So, I don't know what part of the business, but reach out, make some contacts. If you're maybe looking for an internship, that's a great start.
Yeah, we have
probably
some
any
awesome interns floating around here.
Yeah, that's where you really get your hands-on experience and kind of figure things out. And then you can also see the different parts of it. So you might think, I want to be a reporter, and then you get here and wow, producing's really cool. Not talk up producing. You just never know, and that gives you a way to get your foot in the door and make contacts and.
I love that. I think that's great advice. I would say the same thing. Get your foot in the door. That puts you 10 steps ahead of anybody else. Like did you do internships in news? Were your internships paid?
No.
None of mine were. Like, they were the worst. They were the best experience,
Yes.
but like as far as it was no pay, and the hours I was there at like 3:30 in the morning.
Oh, I didn't have that.
So people are like, "Why are you doing this?" I'm like, "Because I really want to pursue a media job." So
I made really good contacts with my internship though, and helped me get my foot in the door for my first job, and even here. So yeah,
absolutely. And I think the other thing, and I don't know if this is the same in the producer world, this will be interesting to ask you, but you have to have a very thick skin.
Yes.
And I've been in different markets on the West Coast. It's interesting, but it's extremely competitive. Do you find that with producers as well?
Yeah. I think it's changing a little bit from when I started to now. But yeah, I think, there's a way that things need to be done. Of course, you have a lot of creative ability as a producer. You have a lot of, chances to kind of let what you do shine, which is really cool, and feature stories that you in this show, All Indian, I get to find stories that I like,
and I love it because I'm like, oh, this is such a Lindsay story because it's shiny and pretty, and it's like, oh, it makes you smile. So
yeah, but I mean, there you do a little. The constructive criticism is a big one. You have to be able to take that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I find that, so I always just think someone's success doesn't make you shine less. And I feel like it's hard because I experience, and not any like where specific, just in this business though, there's lots of like passive aggressiveness. Yeah. And it's really interesting. So what I want to say to you is just always be true to yourself, and like no one can do it like you can. So keep doing you. And like I really have been, and this is like as of late too, just like kind of like staying in my own energy a lot. And when I see someone upping their game or being amazing, that makes me want to up my own game. I don't understand people that try to like tear other people down, because it's like, wow. And the funny thing is, it's like there's enough for everybody. So I feel like it's really important to support each other, especially, and that's what I love about Lindsay, especially as women. You know what I mean? So I think that's a really important message. Yeah. So lastly, what is your vision for the show and for yourself as a producer? And where do you want to go and do? And
this show will be a year old, August 26th. I'll always remember that because that's my anniversary. And that's the day we launched the show on air.
And how many years married?
We'll be 3.
Okay.
Yeah. I was like, I hope I did the math right there.
Whoops, Richard, don't be listening.
I am excited to see where the show goes. I feel like we were really getting into a groove, and then the pandemic hit, so it kind of limited what we could do a little bit. But hopefully, if things keep progressing, we'll be able to get out there and do more live things.
Yes.
I'd always had visions to do not all the time, but occasionally, like a show on location somewhere.
Yes,
that was
cool.
kind of a goal when we started the show. Maybe do a couple of those, and that's kind of a challenging thing to do right now. So hopefully, we'll get there.
Yeah, that would be so rad. I would love that, especially like maybe like Fridays or something like that. It's a lot on the producer, so I don't know. It's like Lindsay's like, yeah, let's do that.
Things to figure out there, but so I would love to eventually do at least one of those.
Let me wrap up with this question. If your son, Carter, was like, hey, Mom, you inspire me, which you know that you do, and he wanted to become a producer, would you say, do it? Or would you say, hey, go in another direction?
Well, of course I would never discourage him from doing it. But my secret dream is that he'll be a country singer someday.
Yes, honey. Okay, I like that. Yeah.
No, my husband laughs at me every time I say that. I'm like, I mean, he would surely he would take me to those award shows, and it would be so great. Yes. And Carter Dailey I think it sounds like a country singer.
It does.
And he does love music right now, I will say.
Okay.
He has this little music box and he dances to it.
This is going to be in one of those like behind the musics when like Carter Dailey, and like then we'll have this interview from his mom saying he does have that something.
In like 25 years. No.
That's really cool.
I mean, the only thing you can wish is that they're happy and that they find
absolutely.
something they love. If it's producing, then hey. Go for it, but
very cool. Oh my gosh,
he wants to do.
Lindsay Dailey, you are a joy. Thank you so much for being our guest. This was so much fun. I can't even believe this has flown by.
Yeah,
okay, another episode
fun.
of Behind the 8. So it was good. Your first time, you like this?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I mean,
Painless.
like I said, you were so easy to talk to, and
good.
I love you. So that was great. Yeah,
this was so awesome. See, We have some fun here.
Yes.
Join us again. AC is going to be a guest. Anthony Calhoun talking about his big golf outing. We have that coming up and lots more. Again, big shout out to the All Indiana Podcast Network. I'm McKinzie Roth, and I'll catch you next time.
Check out more podcasts from the All Indiana Podcast Network now at allindianapodcastnetwork.com. All Indiana